Hey, Canucks Nation, Brandon Alston here, play-by-play for the Edmonton Canucks. You've got it locked in the line chain, Vancouver Canucks podcast.
What's up, guys? Welcome to this latest watch party. First off, apologies for not being able to do the doubleheader earlier. Like I said, I had some computer difficulties, but hopefully, like I said, fingers crossed, there are no issues here. I'm actually decided to look into having it repaired. So I basically found somewhere that, was able to give me or could potentially give me a quote, explain to them the issues, and hopefully I'll hear tomorrow about, if I can go the cost-effective route and actually repair my computer so these issues no longer pop up anymore. But going to be a good one. Obviously, we're going to do the Oilers and Anaheim Ducks game, which we have done. We did the previous game of, and we're still getting ready. That is still getting ready to start. But for this video, in the intermissions, I got some stuff lined up for us to talk about. We're going to go over a couple articles that I found quite interesting. And also, while I have you guys here and while we wait for the game to start, definitely check out this latest video here that I did talking about Mike Gillis and Lawrence Gilman potentially coming back to the Vancouver Canucks and basically finishing what they started with the Vancouver Canucks all the way back in 2014. Remember how Gillis said he wanted to rebuild, but not management, ownership completely shut him down. So, and now 12 years later, Canucks are in a rebuild. So why not just let Gillis and Gilman finish what they started 12 years ago, considering ownership is now on board with a rebuild now. But this is kind of a little bit of fan fantasy. Obviously, we know that there's bad blood between Aquilini as well as Gillis. But as they all say, time heals all wounds. So hopefully 12 years has healed those wounds. But again, that's a little bit of fan fantasy there. But I thought it was an interesting topic. So definitely, if you guys have a sec, definitely check that video out. I am actually quite proud of how that one turned out. But when it comes to the articles that we're going to talk about, I'm just going to share this. We are in the intermissions. We're going to go over these top two articles right here. One that talks about Marcus Pettersson and his season, as well as another one that talks about Filip Hronek and his season, kind of like a retrospective, look back on the year on those two particular players. Perhaps we might even have time to look at some of the other articles as well. So we'll definitely check those out as we wait for this Oilers and Ducks game to start. Of course, we all know that the series is tied 1-1, and this is in Anaheim, so it's in Anaheim's barn. They're obviously looking to take a 2-1 series lead, but we'll see if that ends up happening or not. But like I said, looks like the anthems are going to be getting ready to get started here. Actually, I just realized I don't even have the game tracker on, so let me quickly get that up. Actually, I'm just going to go to Sportsnet. That seems to be working really well. And actually, also, while we wait for the game to start, let's take a look at what's going on throughout the league right now, or throughout the playoffs right now. Right now, the Mammoth are leading the Vegas Golden Knights by a score of 1-0. And then the Lightning and Canadiens game, which I'm really bummed I wasn't able to do a watch party on, because that series has been absolutely fantastic. They are going into overtime tied 2-2. Of course, both sides are looking to take a 2-1 series lead. But let's do a quick little preview on the Oilers and Ducks before things get rolling here. So let me just bring this up onto the screen. I want to share this tab instead. So our starting goalies in this one are going to be Connor Ingram as well as Lucas Dostal. Dostal obviously had a great game in the last one as the Ducks were able. Oh, really? Game hasn't even started yet. It just vetoed that. Man. But here we go. We got this. Again, anthems are going on right now. But as I mentioned, we're going to take a look at these two articles right here in the first intermission. We'll look at these two. Second intermission, maybe we'll do a little, mock draft, or maybe even do the tankathon. We'll do that. Maybe we'll look at another article or two in that one. So that is the lineup for today's watch party. And of course, we will obviously take a look at both the Lightning and Montreal game, as well as the Utah and Vegas game. We'll keep track of those two games as well. Looking to do a doubleheader tomorrow for the watch parties. Gonna do the Pens and Flyers game, as I did promise my wife that I would do at least a watch party for one of those games. And of course, it would be game 4. So the Flyers, of course, have a chance to sweep the series against the Penguins. So we'll see if the Penguins still have a little fight in them, and whether or not they can actually get a win in that series. But the Flyers have been a fantastic story in these playoffs. They've really taken a lot of people by surprise, going up 3-0 in that series. Obviously, Porter Martone has been, absolutely insane in this series so far. And of course, there's one other series that we haven't really touched on at all, and that's the Wild and Stars. That is gonna be our second part of our doubleheader tomorrow. Of course, Quinn Hughes, and of course Dallas has a 2-1 series lead in that one. And then the one other game that I haven't even really talked about is the Carolina and Ottawa series. Carolina, of course, up 3-0 in that series. So the Senators are on the brink of elimination. That game is at noon tomorrow. So I'm honestly kind of contemplating, should I maybe even do a triple header tomorrow and do all 3 of those games? I will probably make a decision on that maybe later tonight. Also, let me know in the chat if you guys think I should do a triple header. I know it sounds insane, but why not? I do like Carolina and would love to do a watch party on that one before that series comes to an end. But once again, let me know in the chat if you guys think I should do a triple header for that. Let me actually get a poll up, just like we did last time. I'm gonna move these. Got some snacks, some chips that I can munch on. Let's see here. Who wins tonight? Oilers or Ducks? I'll create that poll. Start and show. Put this up here. So yeah, you guys can go ahead and vote in the poll. For those of you in the chat, type a 1 to vote for the Edmonton Oilers, and type a 2 in the chat for if you think the Anaheim Ducks are going to take a 2-1 series lead in this series. So I'll leave that up. I won't stop it until maybe second intermission or something. Excuse me, something like that. So you guys can definitely go check that out. But we're getting ready to start here. As I mentioned earlier, Connor Ingram getting the start for the Edmonton Oilers. Record of 1-1. He has a goal against average 4.05 and a 855 save percentage. And of course, on the Ducks side, you have Lucas Dostal. He also is 1-1, and he has a 4.08 goals against average and a 887 save percentage. So let's share this one real quick. I'm going to exit that one out. So here we go. We are getting started. I'm going to turn this up. And here we go. Puck is dropped. Here we go. Ducks with it. Looks like a offside. Wait, hold on. What's going on here? Drysaddle's not happy about something. Oh. Draisaitl with the little cross check on Granlund. Draisaitl gets waved out of the faceoff. Granlund wins it back. Ducks dump it around the boards. Ingram with it, shoots it around the boards. Ooh, Seneca with a chance there after Ingram gave it away. All right, here we go. Face off to the left of Connor Ingram here. All right, here we go. Oilers with it in their zone. Pass up. Here comes Podkolzin. Pass over to Draisaitl. You know, Ducks with it. Pass over. That looks like Carlson there. Takes it up. Dumps it down. Oilers able to regain almost regain possession of it. Looks like Troy Terry there with Ducks with it. Quick shot by Gauthier, saved by Ingram. Nice save there by Ingram. Make sure my goal horn is all ready to go in case there's a goal, because you never know. Ekholm dumps it down the center. Ducks are able to get it. Yeah, gives it away. Ekholm. Yeah, puck down in the corner, around the boards. Oilers steal it. Battling for it in the corner. Yeah, little puck battle there. Oilers are able to regain control of the puck. Oh, Ducks are able to steal it, and there's 4 of them breaking out. There's Gauthier. Shot blocked. There's Ducks regain it. Back to the point. Back to the face up. Oh, nice save by Ingram, and the puck goes out of play. Yeah, Ducks have come out shooting in this one. Gauthier with at least 2 shots already in this one. Of course, Gauthier had that big goal in game 2 that ended up sealing it for the Ducks. Little under 2 minutes into this one. 2 shots on goal for the Ducks so far in this one. Face off to the right of Ingram. Oh, a little bit of a false start there. It's like referee's talking to Chris Kreider there. Face off. Well, Oilers are able to get the puck to the center ice. Here come the Ducks. Dump it down into the Oilers zone. Ducks gain control of it to the point. Back to the shot. Looked like it was blocked. Oilers able to regain it. Ducks retake control of the puck. Little giveaway there right at the Ducks blue line. Ducks get it again. Pass up. Paling mishandled that there. Oilers, Roswick shot wide. Held in by Nurse. Here we go. Ducks starting to break it out, and they dump it down. Shot on net. So now shots are now 2-1 for Anaheim. A little over about 3 minutes into this one. Of course, Giveaway. Killorn with a shot saved by Ingram. Nice chancer by Killorn. No, puck escapes the zone. Oh, drop. What is that? Seneca almost had it there. Oilers pass up to Draisaitl, who shoots it down on Dostal, who gives it away. Hearing a loud "Let's go Ducks" chant here in the Honda Center. All right. Ducks. Oh. Looks like Montreal won it in overtime. Lane Hudson with the goal. So Montreal Canadiens are up 2-1 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. As you can see, they're up at the top. Utah has a 2-0 lead against the Vegas Golden Knights in their game with looks like about 30 seconds left in the first period there. So yeah, here we go for the lineup for tomorrow. Right here. You got Carolina, Ottawa, Minnesota, Dallas, and then Flyers, Pittsburgh. So yeah, I'm honestly seriously considering doing a triple header. So I really do want to see what the outcome of that Carolina-Ottawa series is. Then again, that's right at noon. So shot, nice chancer for Anaheim, saved by Ingram. Ducks with it at their blue line. Oh, fan on a pass. Pass up. Here come the Ducks. Shot by Gauthier. Looks like that out of play. Looks like that was deflected a little bit there. Little under 5 minutes into this one. Shots are 5-1 for Anaheim. Excuse me. Like I said earlier, Anaheim's coming out shooting in this one. Once again, for those of you that have not voted in the little poll there in the chat, type a 1 if you think the Oilers are going to win it here tonight. Type a 2 if you think the Ducks are going to win. Or you can just say it in the who you think in the chat. But in order for the poll to work, you have to type a 1 or a 2. And again, I will leave this up until at least the second intermission, where I'll end the poll. Oh, great. Nice save there by Ingram. Puck kind of squeaked out, but there was nobody there to get the rebound. Ducks dump it down. Around the boards, past Ingram. Oilers regain it. There was a big hit in the corner there. Picked off. Nice save by Ingram with the shoulder. Ducks really putting the pressure on here. Save by Ingram. And the Ducks are really pressuring right now. Big hit in the corner again. Yep. And it's loud in there right now. I can hear it just through the broadcaster now. Nice little wrister there. Yeah, a little tip. Oh. Ingram had no idea where that puck was. That was a nice save there off the shoulder. Ingram. Oh. Great chance there for Anaheim. There you go. Face off. Won by the Oilers. Oilers dump it around the boards. Battling for it there. Ducks able to regain possession of the puck. And they dump it down to the Oilers. They're waving off icing. Puck goes back down to center. Ducks with it. Pass up. Oilers with it. Lazar dumps it down. Minchikov with it. Anaheim. Yeah, shots are 6-1 in favor of Anaheim. Once again, about 6 minutes into this one. Oilers play it behind the net. Emerson, Draisaitl, nice pass there by Draisaitl. Oilers dump it in, out of the reach of Dostal. Wallman tried to keep the puck in there, but looked like it bounced off the Ducks player, went back out. Boos coming down from the crowd here in Anaheim. Wallman pass up. Podkolzin there. Ducks regain it. Back to the point. There's Ekholm with a shot. Look, that was blocked. Puck down the Oilers zone. Big hit there by a Duck player. Couldn't see who it was. Puck back down in the Oilers zone. Ekholm getting hounded there behind the net. Gets knocked down. Oh, another big hit on Podkolzin. Or no, that was McDavid, not Podkolzin. Got the 90s mixed up. McDavid. So McDavid's out there. There's Seneca making some moves. Killorn back to the point. Anaheim pressuring again. Puck front of the net. Seneca back to the point. Lacombe dumps it around. Oilers. Anaheim with it. Anaheim still pressuring. Lacombe back to the point. Shot. Deflected. Oilers able to regain it. Puck dumped down into the Duck zone. One-timer. Nurse. Saved by Dostal. And looks like some rough stuff going on in front of the net. Szymanski in there. Roslovic. Can't really see who. Looks like McTavish is in there too. Man, things are getting a little testy here. You love it. Oh, yeah, that was a big hit by Veal on McDavid. A little shot there afterwards. All right, we're going to do our first commercial break. And my Pedersen video is getting lots of traction right now. Good and positive. Or no, positive and negative. But yeah, if you guys want to check that Elias Pedersen video, definitely go ahead and check that one out. I basically talk about why keeping Pedersen during this rebuild is the safest play. That was my argument for it. Basically, if you trade him right now, you're not going to get jack for him. So you may as well just keep him at this point. So that was my whole argument with that. And yeah, it's getting positive and negative reactions from it. Your typical, Pedersen bashers and haters are, having a field day with that one. But you just kind of have to look at it realistically, and you trade him now, you're not going to get anything in return, or you're going to get bare minimum, basically nothing. So don't trade him because his value is down in the dumps. So, and you're in the middle of a rebuild, and that's only going to basically push the rebuild back even further than it already is. So don't trade him. Seems like common sense, at least to me anyway. There we go. Face off to, I believe it's to the right of Dostal. No. Just waiting for them to drop the puck. Come on, drop the puck. There we go. Oilers win it. Back to the point. Murphy around the boards. Pass right in front. Looked like there was saved by Dostal, or it might have hit a body. Ducks with it. And puck is out of play. Loving the physicality in this one so far. Apparently my wife has an owie right now. Just texted me that. There we go. Oilers with it. Tried to get it down to the Ducks zone, but Ducks able to recover it. Pass. Up to center. Put in deep by the Ducks into the Oilers zone. Another big hit. This one on Nurse. Another, and then another one. A third one. That's like 3 big hits there in the Oilers zone. Ducks are really showing they want this. Ducks with it. Oh, looks like there was another big hit. This time by the Oilers. Looks like that was Nurse. Oilers with it. Back to the point. Looks like McDavid's on the ice now, I believe. Puck back down. Pass center ice. Ekholm passes it up. Taken away by Anaheim. Centering. Oh, nice chance. Whew. No, shot redirected. Man, Anaheim's really. Oh, slid. Oh, man, that one slid just wide. Man. Oilers get it. Oh, giving away again. Man, Oilers keep giving the puck away in this one early on. Anaheim is really, really pressuring the Oilers here early on in this one. Wallman shot, tipped wide. Kreider with it. Oilers regain it. Back down to the Oilers zone. Pass up. Pass center ice. Here's Rozovic circling. Pass Savoy. I don't know why Savoy hesitated there. Should have just shot it. Oh. There's going to be a high sticking. There's going to be a penalty on the Oilers. Wallman with high sticking on McTavish there. You saw his head snap back. Man, replay of that hit on Nurse by Seneca shows you the kid doesn't just shoot and score. So, all right, another commercial break here. While we have it here, let's take a look and see how. All right, end of the first for Utah and Vegas. Utah still up 2-0. And as we mentioned, the Montreal Canadiens beat the Tampa Bay Lightning. So let's quickly take a look at this during the commercial. So the series, I stand corrected. The series is now tied 2-2, heading. So hang on here. So Montreal leads the series 2-1. And this is now the 3rd straight game that has gone to overtime in this series. So that's why I really wanted to do this series, because this series has been absolutely on fire. So the win goes to Dobish, Vasilevsky with the loss, and of course, game-winning goal was Lane Hudson. First period, you had Alexander Texier scoring, assisted by Bolduc and Kirby Dach. Braden Point would tie the game up, assisted by Gensel and Kucherov. Then Brandon Hagel score his 4th of the playoffs already. Kirby Dach, who's I've noticed has gotten some criticism as of late, scores, assisted by Jekai. That tied things up. Of course, there was no scoring in the third period, and then Lane Hudson with his second of the playoffs, assisted by Tessier and Bolduc, which ends up being your game winner. So let's get back to no. Gotta click on this one. Yeah, we're talking about Gauthier right now. Game 1, he had 13 minutes and 2 seconds of ice time. And then in Game 2, he had almost 18 minutes. So Gauthier really looking really good in these playoffs. All right, here we go. Ducks with it at the point. Lacombe, pass down. Pass back. Oh, Ducks just tried to feed it across. Back to the point. Lacombe, pass. Backhand pass to Gauthier. Back to Lacombe. Cross. McTavish kind of lost it. Oh, right in front of the net. Ducks. Ingram with the save. A little bit of a shoving there from between Seneca and Nurse. Man. Hot start to this one. Murphy and Seneca kind of getting into it a little bit there. Yeah, Draisaitl almost stole that puck there. Yeah, Seneca there with a great chance, but Ingram kept it out. We see you got some people in the chat here. Alfred, good to see you, buddy. By the way, Alfred, are you going to be at the draft lottery watch party on May 5th? Let me know in the chat. What an OT winner by Lane Hudson. That shot reminds me of, you know who? Quinn Hughes when he scored his first NHL goal versus the Kings. The best thing about hey, how's it going, Harry? Best thing about watching the playoffs this year is having sushi. Well, I'm having some chips and salsa right now. Honestly, Connection Jets fan, ride it out. That's fair. That's fair. Grand line shot. Loose puck. Saved by Ingram. So the Ducks are on a power play. I'm surprised that kind of slipped my mind. I forgot that Woman was in the box. But Granlund with a nice chance there. Ooh. That looked like it hit Ingram right in the mask. I mean, that's one way to use your head. I really don't like that all-white mask by Ingram. I don't know why. I just don't like it. But that's just me. I'm more excited for the draft lottery. Yeah, me too. Especially that the watch party. And I'll tell you why in the next commercial break. All right. Oilers steal it. Shot went wide. Looked like it just grazed Dostal there. Here come the Ducks. About a minute left on the power play. Oilers able to dump it down. There you go. Lacombe. 40 seconds left on the power play for the Ducks. Ducks are cycling it. Now here come the Ducks. Here comes Seneca loses it there. Over to Killorn. Pass back. Back to the point. There's Lacombe with it. Cross from McTavish. Back to Lacombe. To Seneca. Shot. McTavish jamming it, but saved by Ingram. Combe to McTavish. Seneca. Gauthier lost it, and the puck exits the Oilers zone, and that's it for the power play. So the Ducks are now 0 for 1 on the power play. 2 shots on net, so not too bad. Shots are now 10-3 in favor, 11-4 in favor of the Ducks. That might get changed to 10-3 because on the broadcast here it says 10-3. So maybe that'll be, it says 11 to. That'll probably be updated. Oilers score. First goal here. Oh no. Canuck fans aren't gonna like this. Looks like it's Podkolzin. Man, that's salt in the wound for us Canuck fans. Podkolzin. Potts one. Nice little shot there by Podkolzin. Yeah, watch this. Podkolzin spins, fires it, boom. So yeah. Haven't updated who got the assist on that one, but Podkolzin with this first of the playoffs. And Oilers are up 1-0. They once again score first in this series. That might put a little pep in the step. The Oilers might put a little pep in their step in this one after how Anaheim came out guns a-blazing in this one. McTavish, dent in the corner, little puck battle. Can't see who that is. Is that Szymanski's in the corner? You need to get some like little things above the players so you can actually see their names. A little hard to see the jerseys. But the Ducks break it out. Puck dumped down into the Oilers zone. Oilers get it. Round the boards, behind the net. Oilers dump it down to the Ducks' blue line. Yeah, Oilers have scored first in all games in this series. That puck gets redirected out of play. All right, we're going to a commercial break. So, Alfred, if you're still in here, are you going to be at the draft lottery watch party? Let me know. But no, the reason why I was already excited for it, but I'm now even more excited for it because there's going to be a live Canucks conversation at Greta. Also, Dave Hall is going to be at the watch party. So that's got me excited because I'll be able to actually meet Dave Hall in person, and B, I'll be able to talk to him because I do want to try and do some content with him, especially with the draft. So that is one thing I'm looking forward to, meeting Dave Hall for the first time and talking to him, basically picking his brain about prospects and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to that. Just also an update on the draft lottery. I'm actually no longer going to stream live from Greta. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'll go to the watch party. I will do some content, just through my phone. Take maybe some videos, some pictures and stuff like that. And then when I come home, we'll do a live stream later that night. And we'll obviously, talk about the draft lottery and what happens. So just a little update on that. I do need to update the live stream that's scheduled on here. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm no longer doing it live from Greta anymore, just because I don't want to step on, Canucks Army's toes since they're now doing a live Canucks combo there, and I don't want to step on their toes. So, and I didn't actually book anything through Greta. So yeah, just a little heads up on that. I do want to quickly answer your thing. Harry, where did it go? We're still leaning towards, I'm leaning towards McKenna, like 100% now. I was leaning Stenberg in December, but now I'm full on the McKenna train. So if they get first overall, if they get third overall, I'm leaning towards Caleb Malhotra. And actually, believe it or not, Carson Carroll has slowly started to convince me that they should take Carson Carroll's. So there we go. Let's get back to it. Ducks with it. Shots are now 12-4. Favorite Anaheim. Ducks. Carlson. Gauthier shot. Another save by Ingram. Man, how many shots does freaking Gauthier have on net already? Did Veerhoff drop down to 4? From what I heard from Cam Robinson, he's actually dropped down to as far back as 6th. That is what I'm hearing about Veerhoff right now. As he's fallen all the way back down. He's fallen out of the top 5. So I've also never really been all that high on Veerhoff either. But that's just me. No, that's just my personal preference. I would prefer Reed or Carroll's. All right. Face off won by the Oilers. Around the net. Oh, sorry. Oilers bring it back into their own zone. Pass up. There's Podkolzin. Tried to go inside there, but Nurse, puck around. Draisaitl tried to feed Podkolzin there, but Dostal gobbles it up, and we have another whistle. Would you be happy if the Canucks drop down to 2 or 3 overall pick in this year's draft if they don't get first? Yeah. I mean, I'm just honestly, the way I look at it, I'm just happy we're getting a top 3 pick. So if we don't actually get first overall, I wouldn't mind 2 or 3. At the end of the day, it's still a top 3 pick, in my opinion. Something we haven't had in years. So I would be, I mean, yes, I do want them to get McKenna. And I do want them to get first overall because, Canucks have never gotten first overall. But I'd be satisfied with 2 or 3. I guess it also depends on who they get at 2 or 3 as well. Oh, shot there on Ingram. Save. All right. Little battle there in the corner. Around the net. Oilers flip it up ice. Carlson picked it off, but then gave it away. So Oilers regain possession of the puck. Comes Nurse. Shot. Saved by Dostal. Ducks get it. Ducks are bring it up. Flipped into the zone. Kreider with a little hit. McTavish. All right, back to the point. Ducks with it. Shot. Wide. Come the Ducks. Back to the point. Shot. Scores! Ducks score. What a shot. Actually, that looks like that was tipped in. We're all knotted up at 1 here. Looks like it was McTavish. McTavish with the tip. Yeah, that was deflected by McTavish. Shot by Hellison. Oh, yeah. That was a nice deflection right there. McTavish. Oh, yeah, just off, looked like, yeah, off the bar and in. So we're all tied up here at 1. A little over 3 minutes left in this first period. Shots are 16-6 in favor of the Ducks. And the Honda Center is a rockin' again. Ducks with it. Oh, Oilers pick it off. Ducks are able to regain it. Here come the Ducks. Gauthier, Pat. Oh, just missed that pass there. Man. How's it going, Rain? Good to see you, buddy. I should. Oh, big hit. Who was that? Seneca. Looks like there might be a delayed penalty. Delayed penalty on the Oilers. Let's see this again. Trouba with a big hit. Oh, Szymanski with a high stick on Trouba afterwards. Oh, yeah. I mean, that was a clean hit by Trouba. Yeah, high sticking on Szymanski there. Probably McKenna. Then again, I wouldn't mind having both, you know? Back from rock, now playoff. Okay. Yeah, baby. All right, 2 minutes and 38 seconds left in the first. The Ducks going to their second power play of the game already. Shots are now 17-6 in favor of Anaheim. Anaheim's. Yeah, let's see if they can do something on this power play here. Back to the point. Carlson. Over to Carlson. Carlson to Carlson. Dale Carlson. Back to Carlson. Over to Carlson. Back to Carlson. To Carlson. Shot. Rebound. Scores. And the Ducks take a 2-1 lead. They take advantage of that power play. Looks like it's Granlund. Yeah. Shot and then greasy rebound right there. And Granlund makes no mistake about that one. Shots are now 19-6. No, looks like that was icing. Icing against Anaheim there. Granlund with his first of the playoffs. Yeah, Ingram had no chance there. Little delay here. Looked like there was some stuff on the ice. All right, I'm just waiting for the face-off here. Yeah, I saw that earlier. Actually, not too long before I went live. Yeah, I saw that. That is crazy. I mean, I think what surprises me the most, Alistair Black, Zelina Vega, the Wyatt Six, those really surprised me. Same thing with Kyrie Sane as well, her being released. Yeah. I mean, it's WrestleMania season. Or you should say cut season. But there we go. Back to the play. McDavid gets brought down there. Ducks clear it. Ekholm with it in the Oilers zone. Deflected off Ducks with it in their zone. Pass up, pass center. Back down into the Oilers zone. Big hit there in the corner. Carlson with it. Oilers coming. Ducks able to get it out. Now here come the Ducks breaking it out. Showing some speed here. I think that's Carlson. Over to Carlson. shot wide. Leo Carlson with it. Gauthier shot. Another shot on goal for Gauthier. Man, he's ripping it. Podkolzin with a shot. Nice save there by Dostal. Off the shoulder. Slap shot wide. There's Draisaitl with it. Gets the Ducks with it. Oh, and it escapes the zone down all the way. They're going to wave off icing. I thought that was going to be icing there. Here's Wallman. Dumps it up. Oilers with it in the Ducks zone. Pass around the net. And the Ducks regain it. Last few seconds left here in the first period. And that's going to do it for the period. So after one, Ducks are out shooting the Oilers 20-7. And it's only the first period. Like, this is crazy. Ducks were... And, of course, they have a lead going into the second intermission. Or going into the first intermission, I should say. By the way, guys, that poll is still up on who you think is going to win. Type a 1 if you think the Oilers are going to win. Type a 2 if you think the Ducks are going to win here tonight. Once again, I'm going to close this poll at the end of the second intermission. But we're going into our first intermission. So let's take a look at our first article. But before I do that, just going to highlight Rain's comment here. Happy that Montreal won today. Don't want Tampa Bay in the Cup final again. And Utah, please send Vegas back in. Yeah, I'm cheering for Utah, and I'm cheering for Montreal. I don't want Tampa Bay in the Cup final again. Enough with the Florida teams in the Cup finals. No, we need a break from it. So, thank you, Rain, for voting in the chat. I know it's kind of, Ducks are going into with the lead in the second, but I'm kind of obviously rooting for the Ducks in this one just because it's the Ducks, and I'm not going to cheer for the Oilers. I'm sorry. But I just can't bring myself to do it. But let me just turn this down. Yeah, 20 shots on goal in the first period alone. I would really like to know. Actually, we can actually take a look at it real quick right now. How many shots does Gauthier have on already? Gauthier. 3 shots on goal. So 3 out of those 20 were Gauthier in 6 minutes and 45 seconds. Wow. Oh, even McTavish has 3 shots on goal already. So does Seneca. So those 3 players have the majority of the shots for the Ducks in this one. So let's go back to here. Let's take a look at this article. Let's take a look at the Hronek one first. Just because I feel as though this one will be a bit more positive. This one obviously written by our good friend David Quadrelli from Canucks Army. He wrote this earlier today. And he basically says the Vancouver Canucks' 25-26 season, dubbed the win for Quinn season, as the team made a last-ditch attempt to convince their captain to stick around, quickly went off the rails. And of course, we all know he didn't have any intention of sticking around, as we heard from Jim Rutherford himself. And in December, the Canucks, of course, traded Quinn Hughes to the Wild. Fallout of the Hughes trade has been covered exhaustively, which is an understatement. So don't worry, that's not what we're doing today. We're diving into Filip Hronek's 25-26 season as we continue along in our year review series here at Canucks Army. Naturally, though, a big part of the story with Hronek's season is how much he stepped up both on and off the ice following the Hughes trade. So, of course, ever since he arrived in Vancouver, the ceiling for Hronek has been great partner for Quinn Hughes. Make no mistake about it, Hronek certainly got his flowers for being the exact partner Hughes needed to put together a historic 23-24 campaign and capture the first Norris Trophy in Canucks franchise history. But everyone would rather be the bride than the bridesmaid, no matter how many flowers you get for being a great bridesmaid. Hronek more than sees the opportunity to step into the spotlight after Hughes was dealt to Minnesota amidst a chaotic defensive zone system that saw just about every Canucks defenseman take a step back under first-year head coach Adam Foote. Hronek was playing some of the best hockey of his career even before the Hughes trade. He was reliable on the penalty kill and was efficient at 5-on-5. In the 31 games Hronek played while Hughes was still a Canuck, he put up 2 goals and 14 assists. The production wasn't stellar by any means, but Hronek's defensive play and penalty killing ability are where his value was felt the most all season long. In the 51 games Hronek played without his all-star defense partner, he still managed to tally 6 goals and add 27 assists in the process. Again, not stellar production, but with the context that he was playing in all situations and saw his average ice time increase following the trade, Hronek's on-ice impact was certainly a big positive for the Canucks. And somehow the area where Hronek stepped up the most post-Hughes was probably off the ice. Down the stretch of the season, we heard countless stories from the Canucks youngsters, particularly the defensemen, about how great of a resource Hronek was for them and how good he was at setting a high standard. Here's a quote here. "You can't get through a day not being at your best because you're going to hear about it from Phil," Z. Bulliam told Ian McIntyre of Sportsnet. "That's a good thing. He's trying to push everyone to be their best." When speaking to our own Tyson Cole about how he and other Canucks youngsters want to change the culture of this team, Bulliam said, "You see what a team that's first or second in the league compared to dead last. You see the difference, the fight, the compete. To me, it was how connected they were. Everybody on that ice sheet knew where everyone was at all times. I think I had an experience like that in Minnesota where I joined them in the playoffs. I was telling my brother I don't even have to look to pass. Like I get the puck, and I've got Marcus Foligno screaming, 'Hey, hey, hey,' and I throw it there. I trust him." I think that's something that our team, like Phil Hronek, he's unbelievable at communication. When you play with him, he's always talking so loud, even if what he's trying to explain to us is that it's not the perfect play. If I'm telling him reverse, at least I know it's going there. He knows it's going there. So even if he bobbles or whatever happens, at least we know where it's going to go. I think that's a big piece of something we need to learn as a team. It's something that's hard. You go down 3-0 or 4-1, and you don't want to talk. You want to feel sorry for yourself. You may want to do it yourself, but it's about staying connected, staying positive. It sounds cliche, but you just have to be basic and simple in these moments. It wasn't just young Canucks defensemen that were singing Hronek's praises. He's one of those guys that really wants everyone to get better. Fellow veteran D-man Marcus Pettersson said of Hronek, "He wants everyone to be focused. He wants to hold the group accountable. He's a guy that takes the job seriously every day. He expects a lot out of everyone." And of course, Jim Rutherford made it more than clear how much he appreciates what Hronek brought in 25-26, declaring that Hronek would be part of a very short list to be the Canucks' next captain. Now, we've made our thoughts clear in that the Canucks probably shouldn't rush to name a captain for next season, but there's no denying that Hronek has emerged as an important voice in the rebuilding Canucks' locker room. While a case could certainly be made for the Canucks to try to trade Hronek to maximize his trade value and acquire assets to assist them in their rebuild, there's also a strong case for keeping Hronek to help set a high standard for the next wave of Canucks to try to live up to. There aren't many positives from the 25-26 Canucks season, but Philip Hronek emerging as a veteran, keen on being part of the solution in Vancouver, is certainly one of them. So there's that article. Let me know what you guys think about it in the chat, and then also on the replay of this in the comments. But let's take a look at our second article. This one probably going to be a opposite of what we just talked about, because we're talking about Marcus Pettersson, and you guys saw my post games. I was not a big fan of Marcus Pettersson. I did not think he had a very good year. So there's that. Just gonna quickly take a peek at the chat here. Wow, 4-0 Utah, and they only have 8 shots on goal. Yeah, that yikes, ouch. Looks like we got somebody new. Charles, Tyler, Tile R&B. Vegas has that Marner curse now. By the way, thank you for being here. Jay, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, let's quickly bounce over to here. Someone else. Oh, yeah, you're right. 4-0 Utah now against 7:37 left in the second period. Wow. Utah kind of running away with that one there. But let's bounce back to here, and let's quickly get over this article here talking about Marcus Pettersson. This article, written by Jeff Patterson, of course, from Rent Wide Vancouver. Perhaps no one exemplified the struggles of the Vancouver Canucks to grasp Adam Foote's defensive system more than Marcus Pettersson. Acquired by the Canucks from the Pittsburgh Penguins the same day the club shipped JT Miller to the New York Rangers in January 2025. I still think that was a bad trade and really wish we did not trade for Marcus Pettersson. I know a lot of Canuck fans have also echoed that sentiment as well. Pettersson was brought in for his leadership and his defensive acumen, and in the games down the stretch last season, executing Rick Tocchet schemes, the 29-year-old, I can't even pronounce that, from Sweden, fit the bill and looked the part. Pettersson's game took a drastic plunge this season as he adapted to Foote's preferred man-on-man defensive zone coverage. He struggled with reads, was often caught out of position, and took way too many minor penalties. Pettersson certainly wasn't alone when it came to in-zone issues, but he was a big part of a chaotic defensive environment that led to the Canucks finishing dead last in goals against and on the penalty kill. Sorry. Ooh. In all situations, the Canucks were outscored by an unsightly measure of 118 to outscored 118 to 60 with Pettersson on the ice. Yikes. At 5-on-5, it was 75 to 47. And across the board, the veterans' metrics were a mess. For 43.7% Corsi, for 43.6% in scoring chances, and 44.7% of expected goals for. Context matters, and some of the struggles can be explained by Pettersson having to insulate rookie Tom Verlander for much of the season. Verlander had his own growing pains, learning on the job in the best league in the world. As a pair, there seemed to be too many instances of the two getting their signals crossed, leading to high danger scoring chances or opponents wide open in front of the Canucks' net. Far and away, the Pettersson-Verlander pair was the team's most commonly deployed duo at even strength, logging 612 minutes together at 5-on-5. But flushing all of Pettersson's problems simply because he was paired with the rookie doesn't tell the full story of his disappointing season. Pettersson also skated 387 minutes 5-on-5 with Filip Hronek and another 313 minutes with Tyler Myers. While Hronek had a positive 13-12 differential, Pettersson-Myers were caved in by opponents who outscored the Canucks 19-9. And some of Pettersson's defensive warts could be overlooked if they were at all offset by offensive contributions, but he didn't offer much to anything in that department. A 30-point defenseman in Pittsburgh just 2 seasons ago, and with 29 points between the Penguins and Canucks combined last season, Pettersson scored just 3 times and added 15 assists over 82 games in 25-26. For the longest time, it looked like an empty net goal in Tampa Bay in mid-November might stand as his only goal of the season. However, he added goals in Colorado and Los Angeles over the team's final 9 games to boost his totals. Despite standing 6'5", Pettersson is listed at 174 pounds. While not shy to engage physically, simply doesn't have the heft to overpower his opponents. So he must rely on skating, body position, and an active stick, and he's going to have to find a way to be more effective in all of those areas when he returns next season. Pettersson was one of 3 Canucks, along with Filip Hronek and Drew O'Connor, to appear in all 82 games in a highly disappointing season. Now, for that, he is to be commended. But when you look at why the Canucks struggled as mightily as they did this season, there are a number of reasons, and underperformance from several veterans was very high on the list. Marcus Pettersson is a better player than he showed this past season, and he needs to find a way to return to form, starting with training camp in September. So there you go. There's that second article, still in between intermissions. So let's maybe take a gander at maybe another one. That's me just see here. Yeah, let's take a look at Tom Verlander since we're doing like a defenseman kind of thing. We did kind of touch on Verlander in that last one. But before I do that, let's take a gander at the score update in that Utah game. So Vegas has managed to score, so it's now 4-1 for Utah. About a little over 5 minutes left in the second period of that one. So Vegas is on the board, but still down by 3 goals in that one. So we'll see if Vegas is able to get back into it or if Utah might run away with it. Actually, since we have it here and since we're in the intermission, let's take a look at the scores in this one, or the goals. So you have Uyghur scoring in the first period, his second of the playoffs, assisted by O'Brien and Yamamoto. Dylan Guenther with his second of the playoffs, assisted by Cooley and Keller on the power play. That was in the first period. In the second period, you had Lawson Krause scoring his first of the playoffs, assisted by Schmaltz and Uyghur. And then you had Krause scoring again mere minutes later, his second of the playoffs, assisted by Keller. And it was Jack Eichel who put the Golden Knights on the board, assisted by Barbashev and Mark Stone. Now in this one, shots are 19-11 in favor of Vegas. Vegas is also out-hitting the Mammoth by 33-28. Faceoffs are 18-17 in favor of Vegas. Power plays, Utah is 1 for 1 on the power play. Vegas is 0 for 1. Giveaways, 16 giveaways for the Utah Mammoth in this one. Not good. 6 from Vegas. Takeaways are 2 even, and block shots are 14-7 in favor of Utah. And of course, this one is in Salt Lake City in Utah at the Delta Center. So their first time at home in the playoffs. Man, that crowd has got to be exciting in this one right now, especially with a 4-1 score right now. So shots are now 20-11 in that one. Little over 4 minutes remaining in that one, but we'll get back to that. Let's get to this article before the intermission comes to an end. We'll go through this Tom Willander one, and then in the second intermission, we'll go over, maybe we'll do a little mock draft thing in the second intermission. But this article written by Jeffrey Kennett, I believe that's a newcomer to Canucks Army, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's actually one of the Botchford Project participants, I believe. I don't quote me on that. But he says there's a difference between breaking into the NHL and being relied upon once you get there. And through no fault of his own, Vancouver Canucks rookie Tom Willander may have been leaned on a bit too heavily. And I do agree with that statement. But at the same time, I thought he did very well considering this was his rookie season. I mean, he started in Abbotsford, got called up, and then they basically played the rest of the way up with the big club. So now between injuries, roster turnover, and uneven play, Vancouver didn't have the luxury of easing the young Swedish defenseman into the league. And that is completely true. Instead, Willander was given consistent ice time in difficult conditions, the kind that rarely produces clean outcomes, especially for a first-year player. But if you really look at this, he's going to learn from this. And you know, in the long running, this is actually probably going to help him. So on the surface, Willander's stat line of 21 points in 69 games is credible, but the underlying numbers tell a more layered story. He scored 5 goals on just 3.41 expected goals, wasn't creating much in terms of volume or quality, yet showed an ability to capitalize when chances materialized, a modest but meaningful step in addressing concerns about his offensive upside. Where Willander's year really comes into focus is through his heavy deployment. Willander logged more than 1,170 minutes, averaging just under 17 minutes per night, a notable workload for a rookie defenseman. More importantly, those minutes were not scattered or protected. They were largely spent with one of Vancouver's most consistent defensive pairs. Marcus Pettersson logged 608 minutes alongside the right-hand defenseman this season, the highest total among Canuck pairings that saw regular usage. That level of continuity is uncommon across the league, let alone for a rookie. It also didn't translate to strong results. The Pettersson-Willander duo posted a 42.9% Corsi share and a 41.0% shot share and a 43.8% expected goal share, while being outscored 35-22 at 5-on-5. Those numbers aren't flattering, but they illustrate a pairing that spent a significant portion of its time defending. Willander's individual usage supports that. He spent 42% of his time in the defensive zone, above league average. Oh, we are back. So I will put a pause on this and we will finish this in the next intermission. So here we go. So I'm going to turn this up. So in the series so far, Ducks have 6 second period goals to the Oilers 2. So perhaps might increase that here in this game. Could the Ducks? I get it now after releasing W's. But yeah, I saw they had a bunch of call-ups on SmackDown tonight. Chance there for the Oilers. Dostal. Draisaitl with it. Nurse shot blocked. Ducks are able to clear it. And it goes all the way down to the Oilers zone. Oh, wrap around. Couldn't get it on net there. All right, here comes Ducks with it. Shot. That was Gauthier again with another shot on goal, but it missed the net. Oilers with it. Get it out to center ice. Troy Terry gets it. Ducks with it. Up ice. Gauthier around the net. Puck around the boards. And it's going to go all the way down into the Ducks end for icing. It's like Nugent Hopkins and Hyman are coming out. Viel was the one who had that nice little wraparound chance, but he just lost. Puck just left part of his stick there. All right, here come the Oilers breaking it out into the Ducks zone. All right, here come the Ducks. Streaking down. Padding with a backhand save by Ingram there. Shaking my head as to why Hart is still in net. 4 goals on 11. Yeah, that's not good at all. Not good at all. So it looks like Vegas is on a power play with 1:30 left in the second period. Still 4-1 for Utah on that one. Face off to the left of Ingram here. The Ducks adjusting a little bit there. Face off won by the Oilers. Puck dumped down to center. And it gets into the Ducks zone. All right. Oilers, Bouchard with a chance. Saved by Dostal. Nice chance there from, I believe that was Rozovic. And he's not happy with himself on that one. It's a solid save by Dostal there. Yeah. Rozovic had a great chance and he just gobbled it up. Looked like that was into the crest. McDavid out on the ice now. All right. Oilers. That. Ducks with it. All right. Oilers with it. Break it in. Looks like here comes McDavid. Round the net. In front. Somebody lost their stick. And back come the Ducks. Dump it down around the boards. Oilers able to regain possession of it. Here comes Savoy. Dumps it down to the Ducks zone. Ducks get it. Here comes Lacombe. Nice little spin around. up the ice into the Ducks or Oilers zone. Sorry. All right, here come the Oilers. Here's Doc tried to clear it there, but it went right back into the Oilers zone. On the boards. All right. Icing on Edmonton. So we're going to go all the way back to the Oilers zone. Yeah, we didn't see a whole lot from McDavid in that first period at all. Yeah, Ducks have done a really good job of neutralizing Connor McDavid in this series because McDavid still has yet to get a point in this one, and we're already 3 games in. And I say that as in, for now, he's not gotten a point because that could easily change in a matter of moments or seconds, as we all know how Connor McDavid is. All right, puck in the corner. Oilers dump it down. There we go. Oilers break it out now. Ooh, big hit. Ooh, another. There's Draisaitl with it. Murphy around the boards. Draisaitl with it. Kapanen shoots, scores. Yeah, Kapanen was wide open there. That was nice feed by Draisaitl on that one. And Kapanen's got his 3rd of the playoffs already. Kapanen's really coming alive in these playoffs, man. Who's been more disappointing so far, McDavid or Crosby? That's tough. I mean, Pittsburgh's down 3-0 in the series. But doesn't Crosby still have points? Here, I want to quickly look at something here. Okay, so he's got 1 point in 3 games. But he's a -3. Shit. So I'm gonna say McDavid, just because he hasn't put up a point yet, and it's been 3 games now. There's Draisaitl. Podkol's in, escapes the zone. All right, Oilers with it. You know, puck battle in the corner. Ekholm with a one-timer saved by Dostal. 90-mile-an-hour one-timer there. Here comes McTavish. Back to the point. Here comes Lacombe. Around the net. Tried to bank it there off of Ingram. All right, here come the Oilers breaking it back out. 3-on-1. Nice defensive stop there by Trouba getting back. Yeah, Trouba is not known for that at all. One-timer, Bouchard. Oh, Oilers score again. Looks like it was Nugent Hopkins, and we got a new game here. Oilers, 2 quick goals, and they take a 3-2 lead. Shots are now 21-13. So the Oilers kind of coming out hot here in the second period. Say that. How'd that go in? Shot. Dostal isn't able to cover that, and it squeaks. Looks like it's between his pads. Our Nugent Hopkins right there on the rebound. So the Oilers take a 3-2 lead in this one. Looks like, and hey, we just said it. McDavid's got his first point of the series with an assist on that Nugent Hopkins goal. So there you go. I said it earlier. Could happen at any given second, any minute, any second, and McDavid's finally on the point sheet. He's got his first point in the playoffs. There you go. But we're going to a quick commercial break here. Of course, end of the second period, Utah still leading 4-1 against the Vegas Golden Knights. Of course, 13:51 into the second period between the Oilers and the Ducks. Oilers taking the lead 3-2. Elfin, Kasperi crapping in. Now the Ryan Nugget Hopper. Just showed a advertisement for that new movie, Michael. I'm actually contemplating should I go see that? Part of me kind of wants to go see it, but I'm not hearing very good reviews. Not that I'm, a review person. Like if someone says a movie's shit, I'm not gonna take their word for it. I'd rather just go see the movie myself and have my own opinion. So that's the thing too. I absolutely hate movie critics because they're literally, at least in my opinion, they're literally paid to talk shit about a movie and say how bad a movie is. You're literally paid to do that, especially if it's a movie they're not interested in watching. Like, for example, if it's like a comic book movie and they're not into comic books and stuff like that, and they give it a bad review, it's because you're not into that type of shit. So, yeah, I'm going to decide if the movie's good or not, at least to me, and that's all that matters. So, sorry, I got a little sidetracked there. Rain liked what Elfin said there. Yeah, that was a nice goal there by Kapanen, man. Or sorry, Krapanen, as Elfin says. Michael, 40% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes versus a 96% audience score. So yeah, there you go. Critics are giving it bad reviews, but audience seem to like it. So maybe I will go see that. All right, here come the Ducks. Granlund. Back to Granlund. One-timer. Blocked. Shot. Saved by Ingram there. Yeah, shots are 8-1 in this period alone. So an opposite of what we saw in the first period. All right, here comes Granlund. Pass out in front. Ooh, nice little chance there. Tanica wasn't able to get to it. Saved by Ingram. Looks like Podkolzin's favoring something. Oh, yeah, he blocked that right off the leg. That one hurt. Whew. Yeah, that one looked like that hurt. So it looks like Podkolzin is going down the tunnel. He's going to get that looked at. So the Oilers are going to be down a forward here. Anaheim wins the draw. Around the boards. Big hit there. Anaheim keeps it in. All right. Puck moved out into the Ducks zone. Looks like Rozovic's out there fighting for the puck there. Anaheim's able to dump it all the way down, and it's going to be icing. Podkolzin already back now, so yeah, it looks like he just simply walked it off. All right. Face off won by Anaheim. Shot, saved by Ingram. Rebound. Oh, I thought that was a goal there for a second. Anaheim with it. Shot for the point. Missed. Gauthier, another shot. Saved by Ingram. Puck dumped down. Anaheim regains control of it. And here comes Anaheim. Yeah, Ingram already up to 22 saves in this one. We're only in the second period. Anaheim with it. Shots are now 8-4 in this period now. Here come the Ducks. Carlson's shot looked like it deflected. Back into that Duck zone. Oh, big hit. All right. Oilers with that. Back to Nugent Hopkins. Round the net. To the point. Wallman. Nugent Hopkins with it. Round the boards. Doing pass. Missed. And that exits the zone there. Draisaitl. They're going to call that icing. Yeah, that was a nice save there by Ingram. Oh, Lacombe missed the net on there. Man. All right, here we go. Face off to the right of Ingram. The Oilers win the face off. Here come the Oilers, breaking it out. Oh, Ducks are able to regain possession of the puck. Oh, errant pass there. Oilers regain into the Ducks zone. Ducks with it. Back into the Oilers zone. And here come the Ducks. Puck loose. Ducks fired around the boards. McTavish with a quick shot, saved by Ingram. Leo Carlson with it to the point. Puck. Oh. Looks like they got McDavid and Draisaitl together. So Chris Nalbach going with McDavid and Draisaitl together on a line. Here comes Gauthier. Got knocked down. Here comes McDavid. Ooh, almost a 3-on-2 there. All right. Bouchard to the point. Ekholm with a blast. Saved by Dostal. Against McDavid. In front. Oh, puck gets loose. Roslovic. Gauthier against McDavid. McDavid shot. Saved by Dostal. McDavid with a chance there. And we're going to go to a quick commercial break here. Low-key, I bet whoever faces off against Montreal or Tampa in round 2 want Montreal Tampa to go 7 games and have every game go to OT. Yeah, this rate, yeah, imagine that. Every game going to overtime in this one, like needing overtime. Has that ever happened like before? How every, a game will go 7 games and every game's gone to overtime? Has that actually happened? I'm not sure about that. But if that ends up happening with Montreal Tampa, that would be something else for sure. Absolutely. All right. Still second intermission between Utah and Vegas. Shots are now 26-16, still in favor of Anaheim here. Hits are 25-18 in favor of Anaheim. Faceoffs are 17 each. Of course, Anaheim is still 1 for 2 on the power play. Oilers have yet to get a power play in this one. Giveaways are 10-3. So Anaheim with 10 giveaways, Oilers only with 3. 3 takeaways each. And of course, block shots are 7 even as well. How many shots is Gauthier up to now? Okay, so Gautier's up to 4 shots now. And so is McTavish. Seneca's still at 3. Still getting ready for this one. Washington, Toronto, 2017. 5 of 6 games went to OT. Yeah, see. Rain, you're just a encyclopedia with this. All 6 games decided by 1 goal. Okay. Thank you very much for looking that up. If you did, or if you already automatically knew that, that is very impressive that you knew that. So, all right. Face off. Won by the Ducks. All right. Down into the Oilers zone. Oh, it's like a little. All right, so here we go. Oh, into still by Ian Moore. But nothing came of that. I got a nickname to Fair enough on that one. By the way, thanks for hanging out, Rand. Really appreciate it, buddy. Shot by Lacombe, saved by Ingram. All right, Oilers get it back. All right, here come the Ducks. Seneca. Oh, whiffed on it. Oilers regain it. Out to center ice. All right, here comes Granlund. Loses the handle on that one. Seneca. Oh, missed. Killorn scores. On another rebound there. This time it was Killorn. Very eerily similar to that Gauthier goal in game 2. But this time it was Killorn who pounced on that rebound there. Yeah, puck around the boards. Yeah. That looked like, almost kind of looked like Granlund saw Killorn there and kind of passed it over to him. That, if that's the case, that was a nice pass. But yeah, we're all even here, up at 3. It's a new game again. Ducks able to answer. And they add to their second period goal totals. They're now up to 7 second period goals in this one. Hart still in goal to start the third. Torts, what are you doing? Got Miss Melina in here. You look like you're somebody new. Welcome to the watch party. Who updated us on the score. Thank you very much. Just a reminder, and since this game is all even up again, you can still vote in our poll. Type a 1 if you think the Oilers are going to win here tonight. Type a 2 if you think the Ducks are going to win here tonight. I will be ending this poll at the end of the second intermission. All right. Oilers with it. Breaking it in. Nice little move there. Behind the net. Hyman. And the puck escapes the zone. All right. Oh, man, that could have been a chance there. Gauthier kind of lost his footing after Wallman kind of goofed it up there. All right, here comes Gauthier again. To the point. Dropped off. Carlson, the one-timer, saved by Ingram. What a shot by Carlson there. And Carlson as in John Carlson, not Leo Carlson. All right. Oh, yeah, a nice glove save there by Ingram on that one-timer. Loud, let's go Ducks chant, echoing throughout the Honda Center here. Face-off won by the Ducks. Mintikov around the net. Oilers able to take it back. Now here come the Oilers breaking it out. Dumped down into the Ducks zone. Ducks regain possession of the puck. Oh, now they lose it. Oilers now gain it. Around the boards. Ooh, big hit. Now here Anaheim able to steal it, but Oilers able to regain possession of the puck there. Ducks regain possession. Ducks with it in their own zone. Looking up ice. Dump down into the Oilers zone. Ingram behind the net. Up to the center ice. Here come the Oilers. Excuse me. Oh, whistle. Looks like puck is out of play. Little over 5 minutes left in the second period. We're all tied up, and we're going to another commercial break here. So let's take a look and see. Still 4-1 between Utah and Vegas. A few minutes into the third period, and as Rain pointed out, Carter Hart is still in goal to start the third. It says, Torts, what are you doing? Yeah, good question. I guess in that one, let me go live tracker. Yeah, shots. Still, Utah only has 11 shots in this one. Vegas severely outshooting Utah in this one, but Utah's up by 3 in this one. Yeah, Hart's not having a good night. So, a little surprising that Torts is deciding to leave Hart in. So, no scoring changes. Hits are even, 31-31. Faceoffs, Vegas with 23, Utah with 21. Giveaways, 19 giveaways by Utah, and they're winning 4-1. That is crazy. Utah up 32 hits to 31 now. Still only 11 shots on goal. Icing there. Let's get back to the Oilers one since we're coming back from a commercial break. Hard, did you really check out at the hotel? What's up, Irv? Good to see you, buddy. By the way, I wasn't in the chat, but I did watch your guys' live stream the other night. That was some good and obviously some very heavy stuff. So really, really enjoyed it. All right, Oilers won the draw in the corner. Oh, puck battle there. Trying to fish it out there. Oilers, Ducks are able to finally get it out. Fires it around the boards. Ducks get it to the point. Here comes Mintukov. Couldn't be able to handle the puck there. All right, here come the Ducks in the corner. Oilers regain it, possession of it. Into the Ducks zone. Oh. Yeah. Hyman, I think, got away with a cross check there. If not for interference. Loud ref, you suck chant echoing throughout the Honda Center here. Yeah, I thought that should have been a penalty on Hyman there. Puck battle. Oh, wait, McDavid. No. Here comes Roz Savoy around the net. All right. Ducks break it out. There's Terry. Shot. Missed. All right. Shot wide. One-timer. Blocked. Anaheim scores. Oh, wait. Looks like they might be waving it off. They're waving it off, but maybe they'll take a look at it. You see that look from Granlund there. Here, let's check this out. Oh yeah, that was a high stick. I can't really see from that angle. Maybe it was might have been right at the bar, actually. Okay, show this replay again. That's a good angle. That's tough. So they reviewed it. They still said no goal. Yeah. So arguably, Akira Schmid is Vegas' best goalie option, and he's the third stringer, not even the backup. Okay, Vegas loses this series. That will be a topic of conversation. Yeah, absolutely, for sure. All right, Oilers break it out. There's Bouchard. Nice little move by Bouchard. Saved by Dostal there. There are 2-on-1. Killorn missed the net. Anaheim dumps it to center. Bouchard gives it away. Here come the Ducks. Oh. Here comes McDavid. Cross. Missed the net. Man, that was crazy right there. I kind of lost track. All right. There's Lacombe. Killorn just got bulldozed. All right. Oilers break it in. All right. Give and go. Net wide. All the way back down to the Oilers zone. 2 minutes left in this second period here. All right. Frederick with a shot, saved by Dostal. Lacombe with it, behind the net, around the boards. Oilers able to intercept it. Shot out of play. 1:36 left in the second period. Nice move there by Bouchard, but he kind of lost the handle of it. Man, how did Killorn not bury that? Jackson Lacombe with a nice break up there on that McDavid chance. There we go. Ducks with it. Into the corner. Oilers able to regain possession of it. Pass up. Here come the Oilers. Podkolzin. Drop pass. Podkolzin gets his pass intercepted. Those of you guys watching the broadcast, they just mentioned my name on the broadcast. Not my name per se, but line change. Sorry, I had to throw that out there. Ooh. Turnover. McDavid missed the net. Yeah, that was a chance by McDavid, but he missed the net. 35 seconds left in this. Ducks chipped in. McTavish dove there for it. All right, here comes McDavid. Pulls up, back to the point. Bouchard back to McDavid. Oh, McDavid wasn't able to get that. Bouchard. All right, Ducks with it. About 6 seconds. And that's going to end the second intermission here. And we're going into the third period, tied at 3 apiece. Tied at 3 apiece. Jackson Lacombe. Vasily Podkolzin. Rain. List time. Yeah, Rain knows all about this. List time. Mason McTavish. Yeah. All right, we're going into the intermission now. Taking a quick peek at the Utah-Vegas game right now. Still 4-1 Utah. Utah's up to 12 shots now. So they've had one shot this entire period. Yeah, it doesn't actually show the shots per period here. But yeah, it looks like they've had one shot in this third period. from the looks of things. Oh, looks like we got a couple penalties for misconducts. Uyghur, 3. So looks like 4-on-4 here. So Uyghur, Anderson, 2 former teammates, and then Sergachev with the misconducts. Interesting. But since we're in the intermission, Fat Cassian. Wait, what do you mean? Make your camera bigger? What do you mean? Like do a full screen layout? Like this, Urban? Here, let me see if I can. Oh, make me bigger. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, here I can go like that. But I mean, I was about to finish off a article that I started reading earlier. So we'll go back to this one. Yeah, here, hang on a second. Although, you know what? Nah, we won't do this one. Here, let's do a mock draft since we got time. Let's see here. Crap, what was it called again? I know Urban knows. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart right now. Scouting, right. Draft simulator. I'm going to turn this down here for me. Draft simulator. Ooh, I wonder. Wait, what? No. I don't want draft rankings. Oh, shit. I did not mean to do that. I accidentally closed the browser. Do you have a... Shit, it didn't load. Do multiple teams and let us do the picks? Okay. Well, no. I don't want multiplayer. Back. Solo. So I am obviously going to go with Vancouver. Irvin said Chicago. So let's so if anyone else wants to pick a team, go ahead. First 2 have been taken, and we'll do first 2 rounds because those are the 2 rounds that I really know. Randomization factor. Let's go. Let's go 50%. All right. So first 2 teams have been picked. So get your team picks in. Rain's gonna go with Calgary. Damn, can't really do a list for that one. Chicago. That's San Jose. Toronto. Okay, that sounded like shit. Ooh, let's do the lottery first. I'll definitely do the lottery. Anyone? I'll give you guys a few seconds because remember, we're limited here in the intermission. So, and I don't want to have to abruptly end this before the third period starts. Everyone else? Going once. Going twice. Done. All right. So it looks like we're going to go with just 3 teams in this one. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do the lottery. Is that? No. Yeah, that's clicked. So that's all good. All right, here we go. I'm going to make this full screen. I'm going to hide this poll. There we go. It's go. Go to comments. There we go. All right. Let's run the lottery so we know what the odds are. So let's go simulate the lottery. Oh, down to 3rd. Chicago at 4th. So there you go, Urban. You're going to get the 4th overall pick. Rain's going to get the 6th overall pick. So let's start. You guys are going to have to be quick here. Although I don't think there's a timer on for us. So there we go. Start the draft. San Jose's on the clock. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. I'm going with McKenna. 3rd overall. Wow. All right. So, Irvin, you're on the clock. Who do you pick? Irvin, who do you pick? You're on the clock. All right. Irvin's going to go with Chase Reed. Oh, Albert Smith goes 5th. Rain, you're on the clock. So who do you pick? Let me know in the chat who is your pick. All right, Carson Carrolls is who Rain goes with. Good choice. I'm really actually sold on Carrolls as of late. All right, Lawrence goes to Boston. Malholzer goes 8th to Seattle. Oliver Suvanto to Winnipeg. Beagle Bjork goes 10th. Oscar Hemming goes 11th. Ryan Lind goes 12th. Ethan Belchitz goes 13th to New Islanders. Gustafson goes 14th overall. Daxon Rudolph goes 15th overall. Helmerson goes 16th. Adam Novotny goes 17th. Whoops. Morozov goes 18th overall. Villeneuve goes 19th overall. Wyatt Cullen goes 20th. Alexander Command goes 21st. Mathis Preston goes 22nd to Pittsburgh. Klepov. I guess I'll go Liam Ruck. Hurlbert goes 25th. Dejanay goes 26th. Rain, you're on the clock. Rain, you're on the clock. Let me know who you pick for your 2nd pick in the first round. Your 28th overall pick in the first round. Let me know who it is. Who's your pick, Rain? Rubric. All right. I think I'm going to have to type that person's name in. There you go. Ryan Rubrick goes to Rain. All right. Freaking St. Louis. Screw you. All right, so and I was the pick right before too. Some bitch. I don't know who I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna go with Tranco. Why not? All right, Urban, you're on the clock. Who do you pick? Who do you pick, Irv? Maybe Ignat. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I should have just done the first round because at least we know who the players are. We might have time to do one more after this. All right. Ryan, you're on the clock again. And make your pick. Urban, I did the Dollywall spelling. Ignacy. Okay, Rand's going with Nordmark. Oh, you're on the clock again, Rain. You get back-to-back picks. I forgot Calgary had back-to-back picks there. So you're on the clock again, Rain. Let me know who you want. Who you're picking. Piperini. 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 Sorry, I'm trying to do. All right, Urban, you're on the clock. Your next pick. 5th pick of the second round. Let me know who you pick. Urban, shit. Canucks gonna lap Calgary. Or Calgary's gonna lap Canucks with their rebuild. Urban, let me know who your pick is. All right, Jackson cover. Oh, I'm on the clock now. Shit, I don't know. Okay, I think I've picked Hextall almost every draft simulator that I've done. So I'm going to stick with that. Go with Hextall. Urban, you're on the clock. All right. Adam Anderson. All right. All right. Let's see if we can do this a little bit faster. All right. Rain, you're on the clock. It's your pick now. Urban, little Swedish touch. Again, Rain, you're on the clock. It's your pick. Rogo Whiskey. Rogo Whiskey. There we go. There's a lispy one. Rain, you're on the clock again. Sheesh. That was a good choice with Calgary, man. The amount of picks. Yeah, Rain, you're on the clock again. And 4-2 now. So Vegas gets another goal again. All right. Puga Chiov. Puga. I think this is actually almost done. So I don't think any of us are going to have a final pick here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, San Jose's on the clock. And there we go. So I went with Gavin McKenna at 3rd overall. Imagine that, guys. McKenna doesn't go 1st or 2nd, and the Canucks drop down to 3rd, and they pick McKenna. Oh, boy. So, yeah, I went with McKenna, Ruck, in the 1st round. And then Irvin went with Chase Reed. And then Rain went with Carson Carols. Also went with Rubric. I went with Tranco with my first pick in the 2nd round. Irvin went Ignaki, whatever, however the hell you pronounce that name. Rain went Nordmark and Piperinen. We're getting back to the game here, so I'm going to share this tab and close this. And there we go. Pikachu. I'm going to close this one because that was really lagging there with that. But that was a lot of fun, you guys. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad we were do that. We'll do that again, maybe definitely for the doubleheader tomorrow, for sure. Yeah, 4-2 Utah. A little over 2 minutes left in the 3rd there. So Utah about 2 minutes away from holding on to the win here. But here we go. Into the glove of Dostal. Turn this up. All right, let's quickly check out the shots in this one. Utah still at 12 shots. Jesus Christ, man. Unreal. All right, here we go. Face off, won by the Ducks. But the Oilers are able to get control of the puck. Oh, Ducks with it now. Rain, 1 shot on goal for Utah in the 3rd period. That's insane. All right, here come the Oilers. Breaking it out. Right now, here come the Ducks. Around the boards. Kept in by the Ducks. Fuck up. Oilers up there. Ducks are able to get it. Oilers are changing. Oh, is he? That's awesome. That's awesome that John Garrett's doing color commentary. I miss John Garrett. All right, Oilers with that. Here comes Wallman. Rosvik, who dumps it into McDavid, shoots. Nice save there by Dostal with the shoulder. Ekholm trying to say that was delay a game, but refs aren't biting on that one. All right, here we go. Face off to the right of Dostal. All right, here come the Ducks. Win the draw. All right. Here comes Bouchard. Shot. Missed the net. Looked like that deflected a little bit there. Right in front of the net. Oilers are able to keep it in. Back home. Around the boards. Oh, tried to get around the boards. There comes McDavid. All right. To the point. McDavid. Back home with it. McDavid. Shot. Missed. Held in by Bouchard there. McDavid. Ekholm keeps it in. Oh. How was that not called? All right, here come the Ducks anyway. 2-on-1. Shoot, scores. Bennett, look, that looks like Beckett Seneca. Yeah, Seneca finally gets on the board. Oh, yeah, come on. And then Bouchard turned it over, and that led to the Anaheim goal. What a shot by Seneca. Woo! Sorry, it's the best I could do. Whoa. That was close. Yeah, that's the best I could find. I mean, maybe I'll ask Russell, see how he got the Canucks one. Or maybe I'll keep looking for better ones if I can. Beckett Seneca. Yeah, what a shot by Seneca. Bouchard coming exactly as advertised. And this guy is leading the Norris vote conversation. Good point. All right. Oilers with it. No, another giveaway. Ducks breaking out. 2-on-1. Cherry, go Cherry, shoot, scores! Leo Carl. Yeah, see, I wish I had the Ducks goal horn. That would be a lot better. So the Ducks with 2 quick goals, and it is now 5-3 as a result of yet another turnover by the Oilers, too. What a move by Carlson. Ooh, that's a good point. Does StreamYard have a duck thing? No, I don't see anything. Loud "Let's Go Ducks" chant in the Honda Center there. There we go. Ducks with it. In the corner. Round the boards. To the point. Shot. Chuba there. There we go. Chuba with another shot on. Saved by Ingram. Little pushing and shoving there by Veal. Nurse with a little shove from behind. No. I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but if that happens, I will say that. But yeah, of course, Utah defeats Vegas by a score of 4-2, despite only getting one shot in the third period, and they hang on. They just showed a shot of Timu Solani in the house. Nice. Do, 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 do. All right, here we go. Oh, Ellison loses his balance there. Ducks with it behind the net. That looks like Kreider. There's the puck. There we go. All right, Ducks. Or blah. Oilers have it. Dumped around the boards. There's battle there for the puck. Ducks. Ducks give it away there. All right, so I ended the poll. I only had 2 votes, but 2 of them said the Ducks. Ooh. That's a good one there, Irvin. Yeah, what's it? Hey, I'd be down for that. And I'm not joking. I would be down for that. Question is Solani be open to even being a GM? But hey, I'd be down. Good point too. They're asking every other former player at this point for interviews. Yeah. All right. Puck down to the Oilers zone. What are they chanting right now? I can't even understand what they're chanting right now. But here comes Savoy. Round the boards. Puck out of the zone. Mr. Beast. Oh, Irvin. All right, here come the Oilers. To the point. Nurse shot wide. Puck battle for it. And Del Stahl covers it up for the whistle. A little over 5 minutes into this third period. Ooh. Ooh. I'm loving the Queen singing here in Anaheim. Nurse for the shot, saved by Del Stahl. Now, Ducks 2 goals in 42 seconds to retake the lead. Holla, 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 holla. That one's pretty funny. And of course, I mean, careful. If that ends up happening, I mean, obviously it's not actually going to happen, but I'm just saying, just watch. First media availability, Teddy's going to be like, you're going to go one-on-one with The Undertaker. Yeah, exactly. You'll be facing The Undertaker. Rain. Surprised because I haven't asked you yet. No. I really hate to say this, considering we're talking about like former players and whatnot. We talked about Solani and we all know about Doan. Imagine if the Canucks asked Mark Messier. I know I shouldn't have even suggested it, but oh man, even just thinking about it makes me. But I wouldn't put it past them. Bro, we laugh at Toronto using AI, but ChatGPT would probably do a better job than listening to Aquilini all the time. Good point. All right, puck battle behind the net. No. Probably not. All right. Anaheim with it. Round the boards. To the point. Carlson. Oh. They calling a penalty, it looks like, on the Ducks. Does that look like is that Veal? That was a pretty. Yeah, I was just about to say, Nurse went down pretty fucking easily on that one, man. That should be embellishing right there. Then again, it is Nurse, and we all know Sarah's better. Oh, Sprawling save there by Dostal. Oilers with a quick chance there. Ooh. Yeah. That would be awkward. We're talking about an owner in Aquaman where you have to ask his permission to use the bathroom while on the job. Is that really? I mean, who would want to work for Aquaman at this point? And Thing. All right, face off to the left of Dostal. And the Ducks win it. So Chuba fires it down the ice. There comes McDavid with it. Pass. Oh, Bouchard loses control of the puck again. Back to McDavid. Now here comes McDavid. Back to Nugent Hopkins. Round the boards to Draisaitl. Nugent Hopkins to McDavid. Back to Draisaitl. Back to McDavid. Now here come the Ducks. Breaking it out. Still surprised the Ducks didn't dump it there. Now here comes McDavid. Skates around. Bouchard to McDavid. Nugent Hopkins. Back to McDavid shot. What the heck happened there? What the hell happened there? Dostal like lunged out. Show a replay of that. Oh, looks like that hit Goche. That may have hit Goche. All right, about 30 seconds left in this power play. Nugent Hopkins. Back to Bouchard. Back to Nugent Hopkins. Pass down. McDavid's pass out in front. Weren't able to get a shot on goal. Draisaitl kept it in. There's Bouchard. Draisaitl to McDavid. Shot, shoot, scores. McDavid finally with his first goal of the series. So now he's got 2 points. So I might have to change what I said earlier about who's been more disappointing. Oh yeah, off Mintyukov's stick and deflected. Yeah. Shit, with the door wide open, assistant, I would be like, nice one, sir. Very well done. Oh, Urban. Oh, man. All right, here come the Ducks breaking it out. Leo Carlson. Carlson keeps it in as Carlson over. Now here come the Ducks. Blast. Deflected high. All right. Carlson with the drive. Oilers are able to regain possession of the puck. All right. Oh, errant pass there. Right, here come the Oilers. Oh, broken up. Oh, Tavish over. Oh, that was close there. All right, battling for it in the corner or behind the net. All right, Kreider with it. Back to the Ducks zone. Up the ice. Dump down into the Oilers zone. All right, puck down into the Ducks zone. McDavid with it. Bouchard shot wide. Ekholm trying to keep it in, and he does, but then Ducks are able to get it out. Oh! What? Looked like maybe he played with a high stick there. I don't know. But that looked like a nice move by Seneca. He could have had almost had a breakaway there. Holy. Sorry, I'm just looking at some comments from that Pedersen video. Looking a lot more in the positive direction than they were the negative, like they were earlier. All right, quick little commercial break here. All right. Get into your, like from the hallway. When hosting an event, please enjoy mint and non-disclosure agreement. Response, sir, it's a charity event. Oh, either or. Okay. All right, here we go. Face off just outside of the Ducks zone. Ducks are able to get it out into the Oilers zone. Puck back. Here we go. Ducks regain possession of it. Up. Puck down into the Oilers zone. Ekholm behind Draisaitl, picks it up behind the net. Off the boards, intercepted by Carlson. All right, Oilers dumped into the Ducks zone. There you go. Ducks. There you go. Ducks with it in the Oilers zone. Around the boards, Oilers take control of the puck. Puck fired around the boards. Puck battle there in the corner. Oilers get it over to Nurse. To Podkolzin. Around the net. Oops. Connor Murphy. Looks like Connor Murphy there. And now Terry with it. Ducks breaking it out. Dumped into the Oilers zone. Looks like Ducks are off for a line change. You know, some boos from the crowd as Oilers are just maybe killing. Well, you would think they wouldn't want to kill any time off the clock since they're down by 1. Oilers bringing it in. Pass out in front. Loose puck. Ducks are able to get it out. McTavish shot. Saved by Ingram. Nice shot there by McTavish. All right. Oilers starting to break it out. Shots are now 36-24 in favor of Anaheim. About a little over 7 minutes left in this game. Dostal stops it behind the net, fires it around. Oh, Bouchard. I don't know. I want to see a replay of that. Just the way his head snapped back. Chicken Big Mac. So it's looking like it's going to be Seneca. He's going to the box for high sticking. Ooh, nice save. I actually haven't had the Chicken Big Mac yet. But I do like me Big Mac here and there. So Oilers go to the power play. They, of course, are 1 for 1 on the power play here tonight. You know, Nugent Hopkins to McDavid down low. Puck back to Bouchard. Nugent Hopkins back to Bouchard. Draisaitl with it. Nugent Hopkins back to Bouchard. Picks the shot. Nugent Hopkins shoots. Missed. Puck behind the net now. Held in by Bouchard there. Puck loose. And the Ducks are able to get it out. Ingram out to play it. Passes it up to Bouchard. McDavid with it. Oilers. Yeah, Oilers are getting a penalty. It's McDavid for cross-checking. Yeah, that was a brutal cross-check there from behind. Wait, why is Nugent Hopkins giving the referee an earful? Let's see this again if they do it. How do you complain about that? That was a clear cross-check. Why was Nugent Hopkins complaining about that? Like, you fucking idiot. That was as clear as day. Just because he's McDavid? McJuggernaut. Oh, man, these McDonald's food puns are good. All right. Face off to the right of Ingram. Oilers with it. So we're going to do 4-on-4 action here. Ekholm around the net. Up. Yeah, about a little over 5 minutes left in this one. Ducks with a 1-goal lead. There you go. Here's Troy Terry. Loses handle of the puck. Back to Trouba. Ducks are about to go on the power play. A minute power play here for the Ducks as the Ducks penalty expires. See if they can do something with it. Puck comes out of the zone. All right, here come the Ducks. Terry. Lacombe shot. Tip. Deflected in front. And whistle. High sticking. Looks like it's puck played with a high stick. So faceoff is going to stay in the Edmonton zone. Yeah, it looked like Murphy there. I like this song. All right. Ducks win the faceoff. Shot. Saved by Ingram. And he covers it up. 30 seconds left on this power play. 4:19 left in the third period. The Ducks with a 1-goal lead in this one. Shots are 37-24 in favor of Anaheim in this one. Well, here you go. Duck. Puck around the boards. Lacombe to Trouba. Shoots it. Deflected. Puck. Calm. Carlson shoots. Ingram rebound. Gauthier. Back to Gauthier. One-timer. Missed the net. Now here comes McDavid out of the box. Ancom just barely keeps it in there. That actually might have been out a little bit. But here come the Ducks. Breaking out 2-on-1. Shot missed. Backhander scores. Veal. It's now 6-4 Anaheim with 3 minutes and 3 seconds left in this third period. Ducks go back up on top by 2. Huge goal for the Ducks. Wow, what a backhander. I think Ingram probably is going to want that one back. The Oilers win the faceoff. Yeah, I know. I noticed that. Yeah, the website is slightly faster than Sportsnet Plus. All right. Puck. Where's the puck? Bouchard with it. Up to McDavid. Puck around the boards. Dostal shoots it around the boards. Oilers regain possession of it. 2 minutes left, and the Oilers have pulled the goalie. So 6-on-5 for the Oilers. The comb, Chuba around the boards. Flipped out. Minute 40. And it's in. 7-4. Aye. Aye. Oh, don't worry, Urban. I'm going to say it. And I'm sorry in advance, Oilers fans. I'm actually not. But I'm going to say it. No, puck out of play. There we go. Oilers are going to ice it. Minute 18 left in this game. Yeah. Shots are 10-5 in favor of Anaheim in just this third period. All right. Oilers with it behind the net. And of course, game 4 will be on Sunday in Anaheim. Anaheim fires it back down around the boards. Final minute of the third period. All right. Colton Dock with it. Shot. Missed the net. All right. Malman. Oilers playing keep away here. Kapanen. Pass back. Oh, we're getting a fight. Looks like Podkolzin and VL. Oh. Wow, Podkolzin. All right, 24.8 seconds left in this third period. Look at Draisaitl. Oh, yeah. All right, Ducks with it. Round the boards. There we go. There we go. All right, and that's it. Ducks win. And, oh, there's some rough stuff going on here at the end of this game. Ooh. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Are they seriously playing John Cena's theme at the end of this game here? Something's going on with Doc. And now Anaheim gets a chance to celebrate. Yeah, Urban, I saw looked like Ingram and Dosal were ready to fight. That blank stare from McDavid. Ooh, ah. And now I can say it. Now I can say it. Urban, this is for you. The Oilers lose. We got Larry Goldade. Haven't seen you before. Welcome to the tail end of this watch party. Thanks for being here. Oilers need to start rebuilding. If Connor wants cups, he'll have to move on. I have to agree with you on that. Urban, cry. Whoa, cry. Play the scene. I don't have the scene theme, and screw copyright strikes. I mean, I technically wouldn't get copyrighted. Well, I would, but I'm not monetized. But actually, you know what? What other? You know what this game is? I got one thing to say about this game.
Badass.
But don't worry, Urban. I'll try and see if I can maybe get a better goal horn. That was just like a royalty free or royalty. I can't even talk right now. I can't talk right now. It was like a royalty free hockey goal horn, but Rain, there you go. But let's take a look at the box score for this one. We'll start with the Ducks. Because puck these Oilers. Yeah, let's take a look at John Carlson, a assist in this one, 2 shots on goal, +1, 23 minutes and 5 seconds of ice time with 2 blocks. Leo Carlson, goal and a assist, 2 points, 4 shots on goal, 18 minutes and 53 seconds of ice time with one hit, 1 block. Cutter Gauthier held pointless, but he had 4 shots on goal, a +1. 18 minutes and 27 seconds by time. 5 hits in this one. Michael Granlund, a goal and 2 assists, so a 3-point night for Granlund. A +3, 2 shots on goal, 17 minutes and 13 seconds of ice time with 4 hits. Helleson, 1 assist, a +2, 1 shot on goal, 9 minutes and 12 seconds of ice time with 1 hit. You had Hines, Hines, 1 assist, a +1, 9 minutes and 23 seconds of ice time. Killorn with a goal, a +2, 3 shots on goal, 18 minutes and 50 seconds of ice time with 3 hits, 1 block. Kreider with an assist, a +2, 2 shots on goal, 11 minutes and 9 seconds of ice time with 3 hits. Jackson Lacombe, a 2-point night, goal and a assist, a +3, 4 shots on goal, 26 minutes and 49 seconds of ice time for that kid. 2 blocks. Mason McTavish with a goal. He had 6 shots on goal, so holy crap, McTavish. 14 minutes and 26 seconds of ice time with 2 hits. Mintukov, a -1, 22 minutes and 36 seconds of ice time with 1 block. Moore, a -2, 1 shot on goal, 8 minutes and 37 seconds of ice time with 3 hits, 2 blocks. Ryan Poehling, a +1, 1 shot on goal, 14 minutes and 16 seconds of ice time. And then you had Beckett Seneca with the goal, a +3, 4 shots on goal, 16 minutes and 47 seconds of ice time with 4 hits. Troy Terry, an assist, a +1, 19 minutes and 12 seconds of ice time with 1 hit. Trouba, a +1, 26 minutes and 30 seconds of ice time with 3 hits. Veal, who had a goal, -1, one shot on goal, 10 minutes and 5 seconds of ice time with 1 hit, and then Washi with 1 assist, a -1, 10 minutes and 43 seconds of ice time with 2 hits. And of course, we had Dostal, 20 saves on 24 shots, a 0.833 save percentage. Taking a look at the faceoffs for the Ducks, Leo Carlson, a 35.7%, 5 wins, 9 losses. Mikael Granlund, a 61.5%, 8 wins, 5 losses. Killorn, a 33.3%, 1 win, 2 losses. Mason McTavish, 3 wins, 1 loss, a 75%. Moore, 0. Ryan Poehling, 7 wins, 9 losses, a 43.8%. Then you had Beal, who went 0 for 1. Washi went 10 wins, 5 losses, 66.7 percentage. So the second best on the team. First was, of course, McTavish, even though he only had 4 faceoffs. Scratches were Ross Johnson, Frank Petrano, Olin Zellweger, Jansen Harkins, and Radko Gudas. But let's take a look at the Oilers here. Bouchard, 2 assists, a -3, 2 shots on goal, 21 minutes and 41 seconds of ice time. Colton Dach, a -1, 1 shot on goal, 2 hits, 9 minutes and 14 seconds of ice time. Leon Draisaitl, 2 points in this one, 2 assists, a -1, 1 shot on goal, 2 hits, 20 minutes and 52 seconds of ice time, so just under 21 minutes. Matthias Ekholm, a -3, 1 shot on goal, 20 minutes and 16 seconds of ice time with 2 blocks. Emberson, a -1, 14 minutes and 11 seconds of ice time, 2 hits, 2 blocks. Trent Frederick, -1, 1 shot on goal, 9 minutes and 37 seconds of ice time with 1 hit. Zach Hyman, a -2, 1 shot on goal, 15 minutes and 28 seconds of ice time, 5 hits, 1 block. Kasperi Kapanen with a goal. He was a +1, 2 shots on goal, 17 minutes and 35 seconds of ice time. Curtis Lazar, a -1, 7 minutes and 30 seconds of ice time with 1 hit. Connor McDavid, a 2-point night, goal, and a assist. A -4 for Connor McDavid. 3 shots on goal, 23 minutes and 50 seconds of ice time. So just under 24 minutes, 3 hits. Connor Murphy, 1 assist. And whoa. My bad. Did not mean to do that. Where was I? A +1. 1 shot on goal, 21 minutes and 46 seconds of ice time, 3 hits, 4 blocks. Nugent Hopkins with a goal, 3 shots on goal, 17 minutes and 16 seconds of ice time with 1 hit, 2 blocks. Darnell Nurse, +1, surprisingly, 3 shots on goal, 23 minutes and 10 seconds of ice time with 3 hits. Vasily Podkolzin, a goal, a +2, 3 shots on goal, 14 minutes and 52 seconds of ice time with 4 hits, 1 block. Szymanski, 11 minutes and 42 seconds of ice time with 2 hits. Savoy, a -2, 16 minutes and 1 shot on goal, 16 minutes and 15 seconds of ice time. And then you had Wallman, -1, 16 minutes and 10 seconds of ice time. And then you had Ingram, who had 32 saves on 38 shots. So Ingram, despite allowing 6 goals in this one, actually played really well in this one, even though he has a 0.842 save percentage. Looking at the faceoffs, Draisaitl, 52.0%, won 13, lost 12. Trent Frederick, a even 50%, winning 2 and losing 2. Curtis Lazar, 6 wins, 5 losses, a 54.5%. And you look at Connor McDavid, he was terrible in the faceoff. Only 3 wins for Connor McDavid, 8 losses, 27.3%. So not a good game on the faceoff dot for Connor McDavid. Vasily Podkolzin had 1 win, 2 losses, a 33.3%. Jack Roslovic, a 100%, 5 wins, no losses. Szymanski, 3 wins, 5 losses, 37.5%. So Roslovic was perfect on the faceoff dot in this one for the Edmonton Oilers. And the scratches were Spencer Stastny, Max Jones, Jason Dickinson, and Adam Henrique. And there you go. Taking a look at the final game stats. Anaheim Ducks outshot the Oilers 39-24, outhit them 33-31, had more faceoffs won 34-33. They were 1 for 3 on the power play. Oilers were 1 for 2. Giveaways were 16-14. 16 giveaways for the Ducks, 14 for the Oilers. Takeaways were 3 for the Ducks, 5 for the Oilers, and block shots were 12-9 in favor of the Oilers as well. Who were the 3 stars? So it looks like Leo Carlsson is the first star in this one. He also had the game-winning goal. Yeah, they only have the first star. Maybe they're still figuring it out. But anyway, let's get back to see if you have some comments. I'm going to have this. Guess I can turn this off. Green Mummy. Better than the iPhone. Duck. Yeah. Hello, Jay Woodcroft staring at McDavid while the Ducks were celebrating. Vancouver Warriors lacrosse. Hey, Justin, how's it going, buddy? Finished regular season first, gets eliminated tonight in first round of playoffs. Had 7-1 lead in third quarter and didn't score a single second half goal. Lose 10-7. Wow. That sounds like something the Canucks would do. But damn. Here, let's go to here. We don't need that one anymore. Yeah, as Irvin just said, welcome to Vancouver Sports. At Rogers Arena, too. Ooh, boy. Ran by an Aquilini. Yeah, good to see you, Justin. You're right here at the tail end. You missed a pretty darn good game here between the Ducks and Oilers in this one. I can stop the screen now. So yeah, the Ducks take a 2-1 series lead against the Oilers. Game 4, of course, is going to be on Sunday. Hopefully, I can keep this series going. I've already covered 2 games of this series, which is more than I've done any series out of all the series. It's the most games I've done for one team. So, yeah, I'll probably do game 4 on Sunday. I do want to see what time it is. Actually, let me look at that right now. I'm going to look at what time that one is on Sunday. Sunday, 6:30. So yeah, I'll definitely do the game 4 on Sunday for sure. There's one at 1:30 between the Avalanche and the Kings, which is the first game that I did. And the Colorado leads that series 3-0. So maybe I'll do a doubleheader on Sunday and do that 1:30. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to ask you guys. I mean, I asked this earlier, so I will reiterate it. I'm thinking about doing a triple header. Actually, no, I'm not going to do it tomorrow. I am going to do a double header tomorrow. But Sunday, what do you guys think about me doing a triple header on Sunday, doing the Avalanche and Kings game 4, doing the Lightning Canadiens game 4, and then, of course, doing game 4 of the Oilers and Ducks to end it off at 6:30. Let me know in the chat. Should I do a triple header on Sunday? Real question is, will my computer be able to, stay alive for a triple header? But, Justin says here, Ducks are playing with house money. They have nothing to lose but to prove everyone wrong. They look good. Yeah, they looked good, especially to start this game. They came out guns a-blazing in this one. I mean, they had 20 shots in just the first period alone. Oilers have all the pressure, and McDavid doesn't look 100%. Yeah, especially after that last game. Even at 60%, he should be good enough to be a point per game. Does McDavid have that quitting look? I mean, the way they were, focusing on him on the bench. I also saw how Draisaitl looked on the bench. He looked like he was, same way. Justin says Ducks are going to wreck like 90% of brackets, I think, if they advance. Yeah, I missed out on the bracket challenge this year. McDavid says just looks hurt. Yeah, he does look hurt. I think something's nagging him right now. I wonder if it's still that ankle thing that he hurt in the last game. I believe this is the answer to the triple header. So Shannon says yes. Let me know in the chat. Should I do a triple header on Sunday? So once again, just to reiterate, I would do first game would be Colorado, LA at 1:30 on Sunday. Second game would be Tampa Bay, Montreal at 4. And then the finale would be Oilers, Ducks at 6:30. Let me know in the chat. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make a poll of this. I'm gonna turn this into a poll. On a new poll, I want to delete this one. Delete. Here, I'm gonna move these chips and type in the poll. Let's see here. Should I do a triple header on Sunday? I don't know. Okay. TBL. Montreal and Edmonton. Whoops. Edmonton. Anaheim. Yes. No. All right, there you go. The poll's up. Oh, yeah, shit. I forgot about the group Zoom on Sunday. Well, that last game should be over by the time the group Zoom happens. Because I think the group Zoom is at 8:30. So the game will probably just be ending. But you never know. I mean, with, overtime and stuff like that. But let me know. Type a 1 in the chat for yes. Type a 2 in the chat for no. All good, Rand. I really appreciate you being here today, though, Rand. So we already got 1 vote from Irvin. So let me know in the chat for those of you that are in here. See, there's 6 of you on YouTube, 10 of you on X. And those of you on X, you guys can vote too. Just got to type out a 1 or a 2. So we got so far 2 votes for yes. And yes, that was a lot of fun. Maybe next time I'll do just the first round because a lot of those second round picks, at least for the latter half, we didn't know who they who they were rather. So, so that's 3 votes for yes. Justin says he'll try and pop in after work. Love it, love it. I mean, you guys know I'm trying to get those watch hours, and believe it or not, these watch parties are actually helping. So, actually, I should say tonight's watch party has really, really helped. I'm at almost 300 views on this video, this watch party alone. So that's been awesome. Love it. Also love how my PD video is getting a lot of traction right now. Yeah, 80 views on that one. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, this one's been a lot of fun. And hey, knock on wood. I mean, yeah, I noticed there was a little bit of lag earlier while I was doing the drafting, but I had, both the Sportsnet tab up as well as the draft simulator running. So that might have messed with made it lag a little bit. I noticed at least. But yeah, Justin says he's working till 4. So you'd be actually be able to catch the second game. So you'd probably miss the first one. And anyway, I forgot to mention this. I mean, I mentioned this to a few people, but I know there's a bunch of us from the CCC in the chat right now, so I may as well say it. I was supposed to go down to Philly tomorrow, but I'm actually not going now. So, and I'm going to tell you guys why. Basically, I went to go book everything, like flights and whatnot. And I found my passport, opened it when I was booking, looked at my passport, and noticed that my passport expired in February of this year. So, yeah, that's why I'm not going now. And honestly, I feel like crap that I'm not able to go. But my wife, understands, that it's beyond my control. I didn't realize my passport was expired. I thought I had at least a few more months on it. So yeah, and I guess that also allows me to do the watch party on Sunday. So, and I don't have to worry about, pre-recording a bunch of videos and having them, pre-schedule them for while I would have been away. So I am glad I don't have to do that because I'll admit I was kind of stressing about that. But game's over. About 3 hours and 10 minutes into this one. Already see some votes in there for this poll. I think I'm gonna end things here. 3 hours is pretty good. Once again, final thoughts. Or I want to reiterate that something I said earlier. The draft lottery stream is now no longer going to be happening live at Greta. I made that decision to not do that because I found out that Canucks Conversation is having a live stream of their own at Greta. And I don't want to, step on their toes. And I didn't actually even really talk to Greta about live streaming my podcast. So, I probably would have needed to talk to them about it. So I'm just, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my phone. Well, obviously I'm going to bring my phone. But I'm going to maybe do some content on my phone, maybe some videos. I'll obviously do a live reaction on my phone and I'll share it with you guys. Take some pictures there because there's a bunch of people there that are going to be there. I never did hear from Alfred if he was going to be there or not. They still don't have a time yet, but I assume it's probably going to be in the afternoon or something. And that's probably why they're doing a live Connect conversation there. But yeah, and then after the watch party, I'll come back home and we'll do a live stream that night. Not too late, obviously. Again, once I find out what time exactly the watch party at Greta is, I'll let you guys know in an exact time, and I'll adjust the live stream that I have set up. So, but yeah, and then we'll have a live stream that night, and we'll react to the draft lottery, talk about what happened at the watch party. I'll share that live reaction video and whatnot, and should be a good one on that night. Really looking forward to doing that stream, and also obviously really looking forward to the watch party itself, because I actually found out what was it the other day? Apparently Dave Hall is going to be at the Canucks Army watch party, or the draft lottery watch party at Greta, and he usually doesn't. He's obviously on the island, so he doesn't really come out this way very often, but he's going to be at the watch party, so I'm kind of pumped for that because I'll get to meet him and talk to him, and I can pick his brain about prospects, and maybe him and I can work something out. I know him and I talked about something a while back last time I had him on, so hopefully we can I can talk to him about doing something fun draft related closer to the draft and do a live stream as well with him. So I'm really pumped and excited for that. Celebrate the draft lottery like Edge and Theta did. Whoa. Woof. Man, that was, I gotta admit, that was something back then. That was something else, man. Anyhow, yeah, I wanted to let you guys know about that. And I want to reiterate something that I said at the start of this, over 3 hours ago. I apologize about not being able to do a doubleheader today, and I really wanted to react to that Montreal Tampa Bay game, or actually watch it. So, because that series has been absolutely insane, just the ferocity of that series. So hopefully I can do one of those games, but yeah, like I said, doubleheader tomorrow. We're going to do Minnesota and Dallas. It's going to be my first time doing a watch party, or actually watching one of those games. And then we're going to end it off with Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. We'll see if the Flyers do manage to sweep the Pittsburgh Penguins. But that's going to do it for this watch party. Thank you to those that watched. Thank you to those that stuck around. Thank you to Urban, Justin, Shannon, Rain. Thanks all for watching, guys. You guys know I absolutely appreciate every single one of you. And Shannon, thank you very much. I appreciate your kind words. I'm doing the best that I can. I know Canucks aren't playing right now, and it was a bad season, but hey, at least I'm really enjoying doing these watch parties and having a blast with them. And hopefully I get better and better at doing them as well when it comes to the commentary. But thanks again for showing up, guys. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow when I do my double header, I'm going to end this poll real quick. Only 2 votes, but that's all good. Yeah, stop that, hide it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the double header tomorrow. Once again, thanks for watching. See ya.